Let's go! Habs win 2-1 against the Calgary Flames in Calgary after a weird-ass game. Let's talk about it. The game starts in the dark, first of all. That was an experience. I have heard that the Calgary arena was old, that it was, falling apart, but I did not expect them for the lights to not, start lighting up the arena in time. So that was definitely fun. I'm sure the goalies were not very happy with the situation. But hey, apparently, it's up to the teams to decide if they start playing. And they both agreed to start playing. So, can't complain if something goes in. It was a decision made by both teams. If one team had been like, we don't want to play with the lights like this, they would have just waited until the light situation was fixed, which would have been another 10-ish minutes, which is insane. But okay. Starts like that. Habs get a pretty good first period. We get a bunch of chances. The shots are equal, but the shots that the Habs are generating are a lot more dangerous than the shots that the Flames are generating, which are mostly from the outside or rebounds or whatever. They had only one good chance in the first period, which just barely went outside on the right post of Dobish. Whereas the Habs generated a bunch, and then Bolduc scores in the power play. Beautiful pass from Suzuki, beautiful snipe from the point to beat Wolf, who was a stud wall. He stopped so many dangerous chances for the Habs. It's insane. Dude is gonna carry the Flames out of the Gavin McKenna lottery chances if he keeps playing like that, because they're bound to win a couple games just because of the performance they almost did last night. The Habs almost lost a game where they were generating so many good chances, but were struggling to beat the goalie. I'm sure if the Flames want to actually be a lottery team, they're going to have to injure Wolf or send him down to the minors or something, because he's going to single-handedly carry you out of a lottery spot. So anyways, the game continues, and after the first intermission, the Habs kind of got played. I don't know if it was the Habs stepping the foot out of the gas, or because we had a 1-goal lead, they were we play tomorrow, so let's manage our energy usage here. Maybe they were the Flames are not good at scoring, so let's play a very passive game. But we gave the Flames all the chances. Again, they were not all super dangerous chances, but they had it was 19 to our 8 shots in the second period or something like that. It was not good. They had so much possession of the puck, and yes, you can play less energetic period, but with a 1-goal lead, not what you want, right? Even against a team that struggles to score. One of those million shots that they took at the goal could have bounced, luckily for them, in favor for the Flames, and gone in. There's not a lot you can do in those situations if they keep throwing pucks at the net, which they kept doing because they had all the possession in the world. As soon as we had possession, we would dump and then chase, and it was always too late. We had no O-zone possession. We had a bunch of chances. I think, like I said, I think we had 9 shots or something like that, or 8 shots. And out of those 8 shots, 4 maybe were actually good scoring chances. Couple of those in the PK, by the way. Kudos to Evans and Anderson. They're generating so much on the PK. I think Newhook and Kapanen also had a good scoring chance in the PK. So those were good scoring chances. I think Suzuki also had one. By the way, kudos to Suzuki. He played good in the PK. He got a penalty, so even though Dobson was the one in the box, we got a 4-on-4 out of it, so we didn't have to suffer too long without one of our best PKers in the box. So good job Suzuki for getting that penalty and making it a 4-on-4. But it was a horrible second period. Horrible. it was very, I was dreading the rest of the game because I knew at some point something was going to go in. More of that later. It was just it was just a matter of time until one of those shots that they were taking from the outside was gonna bounce in. Like I said, yeah, we got lucky. A lot of those bounced like right out or on the post, and Dobish was like stretching out like a, I don't know, like a sea star or whatever. Like he is big, and he was like had to be on the ice multiple times, rolling around and stretching his arm to put the puck to cover the puck. He played great. Dobish was amazing. I think he stopped like 37 or 38 shots. So like, yeah, dude was getting peppered. And again, not a lot of those were dangerous chances. Apparently only 13 were like high danger scoring chances, which is still 13 high danger scoring chances. It's not nothing. Like, yeah, out of the percentage of the shots, there were not so many, right? But we were allowing them to shoot so much. Not good. Not what you want to see. Again, I don't know if that was the game plan, to just like dump and not chase as hard, or just give them the puck the whole time, or what was going on. Like I don't know if they were executing the game plan according to what they had planned, and it was just not good, or if they were just not performing. I don't know what St. Louis said after. I haven't seen any quotes yet being like, we didn't play a good game or whatever. Like, so maybe that was the game plan, because playing a back-to-back game, you know, today we have the Habs in Edmonton. So like maybe that was the plan, because they were tired. I don't know. They had traveled. They didn't skate during. They didn't have a morning skate, so I don't know. But I did not like what I saw in the second and most of the third period as well. Just not the level we've been playing at. We get the 2 points, and we hear this so often that good teams find a way to win games, right? So it's nice that in a way we found a way to get the 2 points. Luckily enough, I think so. I don't think we were winning that game most of the time, you know. Like Dobish had to be good, and I know Wolf was really good too, and I know we did have a lot of scoring chances, and I know that against a goalie that is not as good as Wolf, we could have won that like 5-1 in regulation or something like that. But maybe if they had faced a goalie that's not as good as Dobish, it could have been also, you know, like 5-1 to them, because they had a lot of scoring chances. So I did not like the game plan at all, if that was the game plan. If that wasn't the game plan, I did not like the execution at all. We struggled so much to keep... I don't think we cycled the puck at all in the second or third period. That's something that we saw happen in Montreal so much, and that made us all feel like, you know, like this is such a good team now. We're performing so at such a high level, you know, like we're able to keep the puck for so long, and we did some of that in the first period, which made us, you know, feel like, yeah, this is the way the Habs play now. But then the second and third was just so annoying to watch. We kept giving them the puck again and again. We would try to forecheck. I think the line of Evans, Anderson, and Gallagher was the only line that was maybe creating something. Maybe, putting some pressure on the forecheck, so the Calgary Flames would have to at least make a couple moves before coming out of their zone. The rest, nothing. We were just dump. Calgary would pick it up, they would come right out, and they would have a couple chances at our end. Like, if it wasn't a rush scoring chance for us, that's it. We had nothing. We had nothing going on. Yeah, not good. Dobish bailed us out. That our fourth line, I think each one of those players individually is okay. I've been okay with how Veleno has been performing, and like I like what I saw from him in the preseason. He has a couple good moves here and there, you know, like he wants it. Bolduc, we know he's good. Well, a little invisible. Some people say like his skating is so bad he's always behind the play. I kind of, at some point I was like, oh, that guy is fast. This is Bolduc. And then it was wow, and I was like, oh, you know, like he's a lot faster than previous seasons. So he does look a little bit faster. He's still maybe behind the play a little bit, but I don't know. That fourth line is just not anything. Like whenever they're out, it's just, if it's not with Hudson and Hudson is generating stuff for them, they're not big on the forecheck. They're not great defensively. I don't know. Hopefully Dak gets back soon and he keeps on. I don't know what the changes are once Dak comes back. I think you put it again with Bolduc and Gallagher. Wait, that was Bolduc and Gallagher, and then you have Veleno. Who do you put with Evans and Anderson? Who was there before? I forget. Whatever. You know, it's gonna be some shuffling once Dak is back in the lineup for sure. I just don't like what that fourth line brings. Like I said, each individual player is fairly good. I think they could have something. Like it does have some merit. Like I understand why they put those players together. It just doesn't look like any good. Their Flames fourth line got so many chances on our fourth line, or at least that's what the eye test or what I saw. You know, a little frustrating for sure. Anyways, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, eh? So Dobson has been getting a lot of praise from us Habs fans. I've said multiple times that it was like an amazing signing and whatnot, and he's been so good defensively. But we had been warned that dude does have some giveaways, you know, or like the Islanders were saying that he's a giveaway machine, and we hadn't seen any of that. Well, we got to experience it, you know, and everybody knows that it's bound to happen. I still think that if he keeps it at a 1 every 7 or 8 games pace, that's going to be okay, you know. Obviously, you don't want that every game or multiple times a game or every other game, but like depending on how often he does it, the positives still outweigh the negatives. Players, even though they're stars, they are prone to make mistakes, you know. And if you have the puck for a total of 1 minute a game and you make a mistake 1% of the time, you are gonna make, I don't know, what did I just say? You know, whatever, that doesn't translate well to math, but you're gonna make just one mistake, for example. But if you have the puck for 10 minutes of the game, you make the same percentage of mistakes, you're gonna make 10 mistakes, right? Because you have the puck so much more. So it's understandable that some of these players that have a lot of puck possession make some mistakes, you know. Hudson does it. He had a couple of really bad ones last year. He's had a couple bad ones this year. He had a pass in yesterday's game back to the crease, kind of, and that landed on a Flames player that was alone in front of Dobish. We don't talk about it because the play continued. Dobish made the stop, and the play continued for a while, you know, but it was a bad pass from Hudson that could have been as bad as the Dobson giveaway. So all these star defensemen that have a lot of puck possession are going to make mistakes. That's just part of the game, right? You just hope the positive outweighs the negatives. So we saw the first bad one from Dobson, and what I didn't like too much is that he was clearly shaken up after. He was not taking so many shots. He was hesitating on the plays. He was passing the puck a lot more. He did not want to keep possession of the puck after that. And I understand it. It's a lot of pressure. You know, you've been such a good player, and then you make your first really bad mistake that could have cost us the game. So I understand being nervous after that, you know, like being shaken up. But you're a professional player. You get paid almost $10 million a year. You have to find a way to get it off your system and continue playing and continue proving that you are not the player that makes the mistake. You're the player that has the puck possession, that has the good passes, that has a good shot. Because after that, he was not doing good things. You know, he took another penalty after a bad stick between the legs of a Flames player. That's gonna get called 100% of the time. So penalty again, luckily Suzuki, that was a penalty that Suzuki got another got a penalty for us pretty fast after, so it didn't come out to anything. But that could have been bad. That could have been really bad. And you saw Dobson hesitating a lot. Like I said, as soon as the puck went to his stick, he was getting rid of it as fast as he could. Pretty much, he was not skating it up. His shots, he had I think one shot after the giveaway, and it was a bad one. You've seen how good his shots are. So hopefully he has gotten it off his system for tonight's game against Edmonton, because we need the best version of Dobson, Dobson, you know. We need the best version of Dobson tonight, and hopefully he has, you know, gotten it out of his system, the bad giveaway, and he continues to be to play the way he's been playing until now. So yeah, like to see that. Matheson has been so good for us. Dude is really playing for his contract. Hopefully we do sign him. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to. Hopefully he takes a hometown discount, because that's, you know, what we want. But we do have extra cash now. I think the estimate was, you know, was that we're gonna have about 24 million cash cap space next season. You know, so we can afford to have Matheson for a couple more years. I think it would be a nice to at least sign him for 2 more years. In my opinion, he's been so good this season. Defensively, because he doesn't have all the offensive responsibilities now with Dobson beside him. He's just been a stud defensively. He's so good at skating and stopping rush chances and whatnot, and he gets rewarded with a nice goal, you know, from the feet of Demidov. My gosh, Demidov. It just so smooth skating and like so deceptive. He pulls 2 of the defenders. Good job Newhook, by the way, that he does get an assist, but he cuts through the middle, generating even more chaos on the Flames defense, sorry. With Matheson jumping in and just like going unnoticed for as long as he can, and Demidov finds him, right? But that was a whole team effort, because Suzuki wins the face-off right off the draw, right? And we keep possession of the whole time. Like Suzuki, Caulfield, Hudson, they do a good job cycling the puck around, keeping possession, not taking any low percentage shots. You want to keep possession as long as possible in OT. So we cycled the puck a bunch, then they change, and we don't allow, because in OT you have the long change, and we kept the possession, we kept them in their zone. They didn't get to change. So it had been a minute into overtime, and we had the change. They were somewhat gassed, and yeah, we capitalized on that, right? Because they were gassed. We had changed players, so their defensive coordination was all chaos for them. They didn't know who had who, and Demidov does the display to throw them off, because he pretty much goes into the second defender, so the defender that was on him kind of has to let him go so the second defender can pick him up. So they make that switch, which at the same time Newhook is driving into the middle, which creates the space. Matheson is going on the outside, so the last defender for the Flames, who is gassed, has been there for a minute, and his defensive target just changed, has to in a split second realize, okay, Matheson is coming in, I need to cover him, but he's just 1 split second too late. Demidov finds him, end of the game. Beautiful all-around play. The whole minute of overtime was what led to that goal, so beautiful to see, you know, which redeemed the game a little bit, because like I said, the first period good, second and third period questionable game plan if that was the case, questionable performance if that wasn't the game plan. OT. Chef kiss. There you go. Anyways, it's getting a little long, the video, so we'll end it with trivia because we won again. Let's see. Goaltender tidbits. Question number 1. Let's see. Who was the regular starting goalie for Montreal during the team's fairly successful first season in the NHL? Going again. Who was the regular starting goalie for Montreal during the team's fairly successful first season in the NHL? So we're talking all back 1916, I think is the first season of the NHL. Anyways, the possible answers are A, George Vezina, B, George Hainsworth, C, Bill Darnan, and D, Gary McNeil. Once again, A, Georges Vezina, B, George Hainsworth, C, Bill Darnan, and D, Gary McNeil. Pause if you want. Otherwise, the only name I know from here is Vezina because of the Vezina trophy that goes to the best goaltender. And I think he played for the Habs, and I think it was a long time ago. Being the only goalie name that I know, knowing that a trophy for the best goaltender is to his name, I'm gonna say him. So I'm gonna go with option A, Vezina. And I'm right. The answer is George Vezina. George, he has an S at the end that's throwing me off. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Is it French? Like George? I have no idea. Vezina. Whatever. Vezina. Yay! There you go. I think I'm like 4 in a row now. Just like the Habs. Well, no, not anymore. We're 2 in a row wins, but we have 6 wins. Love to see it. So another game tonight against Edmonton. It's gonna be, I think, the first game against like a good playoff team. So we'll see how we perform. It's the second half of a back-to-back, so tired bodies. Montembeault probably is gonna get the start. Hopefully he has a better game than he had against the Rangers. So yeah, excited to see what happens. A little nervous, because it's gonna be the first real challenge for this new Habs team. But excited nonetheless. So I'll see you after tonight's game. Go Habs, go!